afternoon and good evening to you all. Welcome to the last edition of the week of the Full 100. Today is Friday the 30th of April 2021 and we're coming up to near enough half the year, nearly gone now. So it's May tomorrow, guys. Guys, today's show is about the hypocrisy of our leaders and our black leaders as well. Many people, since I've got involved in this whole Black Lives Matter and activism space, many people have said, what do you think we need to do to change behaviors and get rid of racism? And I say to them, it's very simple. Laws. When I say laws, people look at me and think, well, if it's laws, well, why hasn't it been done? That's exactly right. They know how to solve the problem, but they don't want to bring that in. They rather have commission, reports. They know what it is. Whenever they want to solve something, they bring laws in. When they wanted to get you and I to start wearing seatbelts, they brought laws in. And they escalate the laws, the more people are not paying attention, they do that. They got a bill going through Parliament now, new laws. The football situation is what we're going to discuss today. And already they're talking about laws to change the way football's run in this country so that owners of football clubs can't do what they tried to do the other day, taking 5-6 clubs out of the Premiership and putting them into a Super League. Laws. That's all it is. Laws. And I really do hope one day that all of my fellow protesters and those who are out there marching really just understand that it's really laws. If we all sing one hymn and tell them we want laws now, they would eventually have to cave in, because that will be us telling them that we know what you need to do. What you need to do is laws. Bring laws in. And this show is going to prove that to you guys. So today's show is titled The Hypocrisy of English Football, European FAs and Football Fans. So guys, without further ado, let's get down to today's show. We all are aware, many people might watch this who don't really follow football, but those who are aware of the news, we're all aware that 5 teams, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because everyone knows what it's about. That's not what this show's about. Tired of listening to everyone else discuss it, so I'm not going to go into it. But basically, they tried to take 4, 5, 6 of the biggest teams in the UK. I think it was 5 out of the Premiership and putting them into a Super League and making them permanent members of the league. And football fans went up in uproar because if you're a West Ham fan currently sitting in 4th or 5th place, you want to be able to qualify for that league. If you're an Everton fan, who Everton was not included in that, they want to be able to qualify. So they cried foul. Then you have the European FAs who cried foul, not because of any of that, but because of the money they're going to lose. Because this had nothing to do with them. They didn't want to get cut out of the money. Then you have the British establishment and the other owners in the UK. Again, it was down to money. But this united them all, and they bled when they heard this. And it made me bleed seeing how together they came on this one. When the players they support, the players they ask for their autographs from when they can, the players they worship when they score goals for them, cry about racism, and the fans just, they keep it moving. It wasn't us, and it ain't nothing to do with us, so they keep it moving. The government hears this. The government doesn't even get involved. They leave it to organisations like Kick It Out and the FA, and the FA themselves are getting rid of people in there who are acting racist, who are saying racist stuff. It was a revelation seeing the last couple of weeks, guys. So this show basically calls out not just the FAs and the European FAs. I mean, European FAs were talking some madness, like banning the footballers from taking part in World Cups and playing in the national team of the countries, because the FAs, control those competitions. They control the Champions League. They control the European League. What's it called? the UEFA League, sorry, they control the Champions League, they control the Euro tournaments between countries, and they control the World Cup again between countries. So they were talking about banning any footballers who played in that league, even though the footballers had nothing to do with it. But yeah, you couldn't get a footballer who's racist, and the FA just it's all right. Oh well, we didn't hear it. Oh no, we didn't see it coming. We didn't. Oh well. This just shows you there's so much more that the powers that be can do. But racism is at the bottom of their agenda. At the bottom of the agenda. This is why I keep calling, and I'm still going to keep calling for boycotting of the game for a month. Because that's when they listen. They don't listen when the people are making monkey chants. They don't listen when I mean they've just had a social they're on a social media blackout right now for 3 flipping days. What the hell is that gonna do? I'm just so I can't swear on my show. I don't want to ever swear on my show. But this is a moment I really want to swear about this, because what the hell is that gonna do? Well, you come off for 3 days. Okay, so now Facebook and Insta. Okay, so now, okay, yeah, we hear you now. But yeah, anyone can just set up an account and still spew racist stuff. So that's not solving anything. Where is the law to say when you spew it and Facebook or Instagram can trace you, the minimum sentence you're getting is 12 months. 12 months minimum. And we know many of these people have got great jobs. Many of these people are top of the food chain in their companies or wherever. But on the weekend, they turn to football hooligans and keyboard warriors and spew racist stuff. Where is the laws to back all of this? That's what we need. So guys, take a look at the first video.
Mike, you've been trying to explain kind of how fans would have a greater say in football with this new review.
Yeah, I mean, effectively it was fan power, wasn't it, that stopped the 6 English teams going ahead and being part of the European Super League. And now the football authorities, the government, want this to be a watershed moment, and they want fans to have greater control and greater say in the way clubs are run. How we do this? That is what we need to find out now. The extraordinary events of the past week have led the government to ordering a review into the way whole football is run. It will be led by fans, this review, and will look at giving supporters a greater say in the structure of their clubs, as well as examining ownership and finance.
Welcome back, guys. So my second video tells you all of a sudden the government's talking laws. Like I keep telling my people, it's laws. When they wanted to stop you harming their statues, what did they do? Law. But they won't make a law to stop racist people from spewing racist stuff against immigrants, against minority communities. No, we don't need laws for that. We just can't do anything about that. That's just how people are. Take a look at my next video.
They're talking about new laws being brought in, whether that's to do with the owner proper persons test, the fit and proper persons test, or whether it is to control the way clubs are obtained by new owners.
Yeah, that's right. And I think, we've got so many foreign owners. It's not just about foreign owners, of course. There's been issues with UK-based owners as well. This is why people are looking at Germany, thinking they don't have the same problems there. Should we look at their model where it's just over 50% of the club is owned by fans?
Welcome back, guys. So they're looking at laws now. They're looking at overhauling the whole the English Football League, overhauling the whole thing over this one incident. They've never looked to overhaul anything over racism for decades, since the 70s, since black players got involved in football in this country. Decades, over 40 years now. No one's ever talked about overhauling the whole thing and taking a look at how we can overhaul it to make things better. They're looking to the German system. They've never looked to another country where there's less of that sort of stuff to say, how do you guys do it? No. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's just a shame racism doesn't invoke the same togetherness. And it's time we call out the fans as well. It's time we call out the fans, because clearly fans getting upset, other than the footballers and the press going mad. But the fans whipped up, the press whipped up the fans. And the fans got on it. Where's the press to whip up the fans to say, come on people, it's time we stand against Micah Richards getting racially abused, or want any of the black players getting racially abused. Press don't care. It's sad. And my final video, guys, is even more sad because we got many black pundits on TV, and it was a good week and a half before one, Micah Richards, spoke up, and even then he watered it down with sexism, just so he's not so, you know, why do you have to throw sexism in it? There was no sexism 40 years ago because women were not playing football like that, but there was racism. So racism needs to get dealt with before sexism. Call it what it is. Even he couldn't even do that. He couldn't even go that full way to you know, to say the stuff that we need, that people need to hear. And that's another sad situation. But this is the little that I did do. Take a look.
Also for the fans for putting rivalry to one side and coming together and putting a stop to this garbage.
Yeah, there's no sport really more tribal than football in many ways, but there was a togetherness, so that was a positive.
Yeah, there was a togetherness, and I love the way the fans come together. There was brilliant, and they have still got a voice, which was really good. But I want to take it a step further with UEFA. They was talking about potentially banning players from Euros and World Cups.
Well, it wasn't the players' fault.
Exactly, it wasn't the players' fault. Alexander Cheferin was talking about snakes and money and greed, but look what's happening when it comes to racism and sexism. You know, we've seen what happened with Kadula. He got 10-game ban, and Glenn Kamara gets a 3-game ban for the way he's reacted. So it was like a ploy, a tactic. All right, well, the Super League's happening, which I've said is a disgrace, but they've sort of taking people down a different road while this is happening.
You'd like to see the same attitude for them about other issues in the game.
If you're going to talk about lawsuits for football and taking money away, do the same for racism. You know, we've been crying out, we're banging on about it for how long now, and it just shows you the power that they do have if they want to implement it in the right way.
Yeah.
We've come to the end of the show. All I have to say is it really saddens me that we can't seem to unite as a black community, as a population, the way that football fans united over this matter, the way that the right wing unites when their statues are troubled, their racist statues are troubled, the way that everyone else can unite. We just don't. We just don't. And you know, if all the black players in professional sports were to do just what the fans did for 1 month, imagine what changes that could bring. Guys, have a fabulous long weekend. Brilliant 3-day break. So the next time I'll be seeing you guys will be Wednesday. I won't be putting a show out on Monday. I'll be taking a break myself. So guys, have a fabulous weekend. The weather isn't going to be that brilliant, but we'll make the best of it. In the meantime, guys, if you like what we do, please hit the subscribe button. Please share, and let's come together on these serious issues. I look forward to seeing you on Wednesday next week. Take care and all the best. Bye-bye.